Hi guys, my name's Jacob. For my sequence, I'm going to be demonstrating Salute to the Sun. I'm going to be doing a simple down version as a beginner, and I'm going to list my modifications as well as a few tips on how to make it more complicated.
There are 9 main postures in this flowing linked sequence, and some are repeated. We begin with the standing erect posture, concentrating on centering our breathing and focusing on each individual sequence. From the standing erect posture, we will move into a half squat. Remember to keep the heels to the floor, and you can go deep or as soft as you want. From there, we go to the standing hands on floor posture. It's okay to bend the knees for tight hamstrings. We will then move into a pendulum, taking all the weight off the feet and onto the hands. From the pendulum posture, we move into a push-up position and hold. From the push-up, we relax and go into an upward-facing dog motion, activating the back and pulling the hands in. From this position, we then move back into our plank posture and further back into downward-facing dog. Contract the abs to ease activation of the spine and low back. From there, we walk back to standing hands on floor posture. Have your knees against your chest. We move back into our half squat, then push the pelvis forward to come back into standing erect posture. Concentrate on breathing and stabilizing the core. When you are bringing your arms up at the end of the sequence, make sure the head comes last and only if it is safe to do so. We will now run through each sequence I did individually. For the standing erect posture, I had my feet about a foot apart when they are normally supposed to be close together. This helped me with my balance. Also, I have seen that I need to work on my forward head carriage when performing this part of the sequence. When transitioning into the half squat posture, this can be modified to be made easier by bending the knees only slightly and only lifting the arms up a little bit and not completely raising over the head. Because of my tight hamstrings, I modified the standing hands to floor posture by bending my knees as much as I could so I could comfortably touch the floor. If you have wrist problems, you can also modify by pushing your hands into the ground to engage and strengthen your wrist flexors. A good way to modify the pendulum posture is to place all your weight off your feet and onto your stabilized wrists. This can then be put into a kneeling plank position. For the push-up posture, keep your core and your body in a straight line. This can be modified by being turned into a kneeling plank posture, but it is still important to keep the core straight. The upward facing dog posture was modified for me as I just simply had my abdomen on the ground and my head extended up. In the future, I'd like to have my arms outstretched and engage my back muscles more often. The plank posture can be used to transition into the downward facing dog. Both of these can be modified to be made easier by just turning into kneeling plank positions, but I was able to handle them with legs outstretched. I did not include the upwards facing fingers to floor posture in my sequence as I already felt I had exercised my low back enough throughout the sequence. This can be put in between the downward facing dog posture and the standing hands to floor posture and can be modified to make easier by simply bending the knees. From there, I transitioned back to standing hands to floor posture, the half squat posture, and the standing erect posture to finish the sequence.
The logical purpose of this sequence is important to me as I want my spinal health to improve as I have been prone to low back pain in the past. The physiological purpose of this sequence, you are lengthening the nerves of the spine. This enhances conduction and flow of information throughout. Active movements and the diaphragmatic breathing involved in this sequence help stimulate the reciprocal spinal nerve reflex to make the trunk strong, flexible, and also relaxed at the same time, with increased circulation without putting more pressure on the heart. The main anatomical purpose of this sequence was important for me because I really wanted to strengthen my core and my low back strength. The main anatomical part of this sequence is to enliven the spine, get it moving backwards and forwards repeatedly. When done correctly, this means the spine can move on its own volition. The main focus of this is to make the intervertebral joints more mobile while strengthening those core muscles, and when done correctly, this can happen very quickly. Overall, Salute to the Sun has been a fantastic sequence to learn. At that beginner stage, I can feel it's really beneficial and can't wait to get better at it.